Welcome to Gucci Turban. I am Nimesh Patel. My co-host, as always, Mr. Gucci Turban himself. For those of you just joining us new to the podcast, damn it, I forgot to put my phone on vibrate. That's my sister texting me about my episode of Hive I Got News for You last night on CNN. Today is what, March 16th? I aired on March 15th. Thank you, Roy Wood Jr., for having me. As I was saying, this is Gucci Turban, a podcast by Gucci and Turban. We discuss politics. We'll be discussing Muhammad Khalil at Columbia University.
Mahmoud.
What's his name?
Mahmoud Khalil.
Mahmoud Khalil. Pardon my Arabic. And of
Muhammad
course,
was a good guess.
What's that?
Muhammad's a good guess.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
Yeah. I just saw an M and Khalil. I just feel my brain filled in the rest. And Deli Boys, fantastic TV show out on Hulu right now. Shout out to Asif Ali and the rest of the cast. Talking about what it means for the future of Indian television. And then we'll switch to Patreon, where we will continue our unabashed assault of Israel. But first, every Gucci Turban podcast starts with dad jokes. To lighten the mood, we'll see if we can crack Asif with some of these. And the first F1 race, Australian Grand Prix, kicked off today. I'm going to the Miami F1 race. I'm so excited. Hope to see you guys there. So, in honor of the F1 season beginning, let's start with an F1 dad joke. Shall we?
Fine.
Come on, man.
It's not an act. I just
Why?
don't.
All right. Okay. Look.
Anyway,
Look.
let's go.
Look. Why? You know, F1 drivers carry a lot of stuff with them. You know, when they go to the race, they got the top kits, they got the helmets, they got their music, everything they're going to listen to, the weight of their country and their company on their shoulders. Why did the F1 race bring a ladder? Why did the F1 driver bring a ladder to the race? Because he wanted to take pole position. Come on, man. I know it's a leap. It's a leap. I like
start thinking like that.
Yeah, it's good. Because see, sometimes you got to dumb yourself down to appreciate this shit.
It's a dumb thing. I'm just like, what? Where does the pole come?
Don't
in?
worry about it, man.
All right, that's fine.
Don't worry about it. Okay. All right. Look, I know
because he's racing to the top.
Listen, man. Some dad jokes require you to be a drunk father. Okay. Are you like that one? You like that one? Huh? How about this one? Why did the F1 driver go to therapy? He had too many lapses in judgment. That's banging, dude. That's banging. I like that. Shout out Lewis Hamilton, placed 10th. Man, what a bad start for Ferrari. Yeah, he jumped from Mercedes. Mercedes finished third and fourth. They got this like young hotshot driver, Kimi Antononi, is like this Italian 18-year-old who's apparently going to be the next guy. If
it's
this
crazy
race
how
is
age affects F1 driving.
Oh yeah, dude, it's just like
because your reaction time it's within milliseconds, and as you get older, I guess you wouldn't think because it's just you're sitting in the car and your body can still take a beating.
Dude, but 18 years old, won, was he third or fourth? Insane. Anyway.
I like to call F1 capitalism on wheels.
It is exactly that. The richest companies win the most.
Yep.
You know, it is nothing but that.
It's all about dumping money into it.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. What did one plate say to the other? Lunch is on me.
That was better. That was good.
That's good, right? Come on, man. That
was good.
I saw an argument in the streets the other day on Halloween, and it was between like two scarecrows. And I thought to myself, why don't you ever see skeletons fighting each other? Because they don't have the guts. That was a walk. It wasn't
a walk. You know what killed it for me? Is because we opened this podcast telling people it's March, and you said the other day.
Shut up, man.
You know what I mean? And I'm
Listen,
like,
here at Gucci Turban, we're timeless. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's March, but I talk about the other day being Halloween. Okay.
All right. The other day in 1987.
You know vegetables. Vegetables. They could be very bashful. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Why did the tomato turn red? Because it saw the salad dressing.
Saw the salad dressing?
Yeah. Come on, dude. Man, today we're 0 for 12 with Asif. All right.
You didn't get it?
Of course I got it. She saw a salad naked and made it.
Yeah, but
I got it.
It's like,
it's all working up here. I just don't want this. I don't know.
The tomato walked into the dressing room. Like, oh, my bad, salad.
These dad jokes to me are like
what?
Like when you walk into like when something's like just nice. It doesn't make me like laugh, but I can appreciate them.
You got to put yourself in a laugh mentality. Yeah, I could be stone cold about all this shit too, but sometimes you got to welcome joy into your life. All right, dude.
There's other forms of joy. It's like watching bird watching versus like going to like seeing like monkeys and shit. It's way cool.
If I went bird watching,
I would be like, oh shit, that's a fucking finch. Shit.
I would.
But if I saw like a cheetah like just dive over and be like, oh shit, that's a cheetah jumping over. That's crazy. That's a joke that makes me go, ha 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 ha.
Right.
That makes you go, ha, ha.
Yeah, like a joke that like, that's.
Got it. So like like dad jokes. Dad jokes are like ornithology, where you like take it. Wow.
Yeah, it's like, oh wow, it's a blue jay.
Interesting.
That's nice. That's
nice
good
features. It's got an interesting call, but like a Chris Rock joke is like a safari.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Yes. See?
Understood.
Fucking people on YouTube thinking I don't have emotions.
But you don't have emotions.
I have plenty of emotions. Mostly rage.
Speaking of people without emotions, why don't Teslas have a new car smell?
Because they're fascist?
Because they have more of an Elon Musk. Which concludes our dad joke section of the show. I hope you are still with us. We usually see a precipitous fall after the dad jokes in the analytics. People, all right, we got what we needed.
And subscribe if you really like it so much.
Yeah, please like and subscribe. Apparently we need that for the algorithm. Cold plunge, like and subscribe.
Yes, saunas.
Speaking of which,
what do you think Elon Musk smells like? Probably clay.
I want to say stale popcorn.
Industrial chemicals.
Mm-hmm. Look at this guy, bro.
Yeah, he all this havoc the 2 weeks we've been off for Doge cutting shit, and they couldn't stop anything. $603 billion spent by the government. So I don't know what, they're just being cruel to these federal workers, most of whom work in Washington, D.C., which is like a huge brewing crisis for the city of D.C.
Yeah.
And so,
which needs all the help it can get.
Yeah, this is just another way for them to finesse people. And the problem is that every right-wing person that voted for Trump just still buys it.
I've never seen more of a bitch-ass move than having the president of the United States sell cars.
Mm-hmm. It's shocking.
That's the most bitch-ass thing I've ever seen. I don't know how you could be like, Donald Trump is a strong man and strong president if he's on the White House. Like, please buy Teslas. And they're saying, look at this fucking Herb, Ted Cruz. If there's been a more, I mean, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. I've never been less inclined to buy a Tesla. Although the Indian to me is like, they are on fire sale right now. It is like the cheapest shit you could buy. You could buy a Tesla for like $12.
That's how they get you.
Like it feels like when COVID was happening, all the rich people were buying like Purell and like stock and stuff. Like I was buying airline tickets.
Stock it up.
Yeah, I got like a whole row to Miami for like $300, dude. It was so cheap. But then I got COVID. But it doesn't matter. What was I saying? They said now that it's a act to protest and deface Teslas. the AG or like the DOJ, somebody high up in the federal government said that is considered an act of terrorism to protest against Teslas and to protest against and to deface Teslas, and they will prosecute you, which is so offensive as a terrorist. Bro, like being a terrorist used to take balls. You used to have like some kind of ideology.
Now, if you put a rainbow sticker on a Tesla, it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah, you are. ISIS hates Teslas. Same equivalent, dude. Like that's terrorism right there. Boycott Tesla. That's terrorism.
It's already a crime to key someone's car or vandalize something.
Yeah.
And they're just making it now.
Only Teslas. What a bitch ass Donald Trump is. That's a bitch ass move. Like you can claim like, and you should claim he's an idiot. He does nothing for the country. He like, I don't know why we thought a real estate executive who got hired to be who inherited a real estate portfolio could actually run a business.
Dude, he bankrupted like 6 casinos.
All on purpose.
Casinos are like the easiest business to keep floating.
Right. But to be like, please buy a Tesla because this guy gave me $100 billion. He gave him like, Elon definitely just gave him money, right?
Yeah,
and he rigged
$250 million.
He rigged Pennsylvania in his favor, basically, which no one seems to be talking about. But that's I got to give credit to whoever the long game strategist is in the Republican Party. You know, one of the Koch brothers or whoever, or Peter Thiel, whoever, to like plant the seed of saying that election fraud is happening is a bad thing to say, because that's what they did, right? They made Trump's election seem stolen, and they kept saying it was stolen. We kept saying it wasn't stolen. It wasn't stolen. The libs, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So they made that complaining sound dumb. So now when they actually stole the election, allegedly, probably in Pennsylvania, if like the people on the other side of it, in this case the libs, came out saying the election was stolen, they could be like, well, what are you talking about? No, it wasn't. You guys say elections are fair and safe, remember? That is like some Steve Bannon maniacal long game shit. Well done to Mr. Bannon.
I don't think they're Bannon and
face.
them had a falling out. Bannon and this Trump administration,
right?
Because Bannon and the Peter Thiel type, the finance psychos and the tech psychos don't get along, and that's the schism, right? And then Trump is now gone to the tech psychos, the Peter Thiel, who believe that, you know, in some form of libertarianism, essentially, where like corporations control parts of the country. So, but
I wish the people that are like MAGA diehards knew that Peter Thiel was a hyper gay blood boy having tech weirdo that's pulling the strings.
Yeah,
but they don't.
Well, they're all regarded, so it doesn't matter. But what I will say is, I don't think that
cold plunge.
They're I don't think that like the Republicans and the GOP, like they have this real grand strategy at play because they're so fractured. I just think they have a lot of gas, like they have a lot of like momentum, because the Democrats are so frail and the Democratic Party's become such a
can we just say F Chuck Schumer too?
Yeah. Like, but this type of shit like this, like Republicans will shut down the government 56, like that's all we heard about for years when Biden and Obama was president. And then the Democrats can't even do that.
I had to, this is a stupid question. Isn't Doge just trying to shut down the government? So why didn't they just let this shit happen?
Because Doge says they're trying to shut down the government, but really it's Elon finessing the government for more money. So he wants spending to keep happening. He just wants it to be like Starlink and SpaceX and Tesla and shit.
Right.
And he's just justifying it to the powers that be inside the government by being like, look, I'll fire 30,000 people and then you just give me that money for Teslas. That's where the money's going to come from. And they're like, all right, fine. So
how much, this is just the forever question. It's like, how much money do you need? Elon lost $120 billion and still has $200 billion.
Well, these guys, I mean, like, Trump.
What the fuck?
Why I think that like there's no unity in the Republican Party is like the stock market's just been in the toilet last week, and it's going to with inflation getting worse and the economy getting worse.
Is it though?
I mean, you need the sheeple.
Well, look, I mean, whatever Donald Trump says, you have to believe the opposite. So what's Trump saying?
He's just saying.
And inflation's down, interest rates are down, gasoline has come down to
None of this is true, by the way.
a level that we haven't
that's
seen
the
in
thing.
a long
It's
time.
like how much more time do we have to talk about this guy?
3.5 more years.
No, I mean like right now.
5 more minutes.
I'm
I'm already
minutes.
so mad. We only do 15 minutes of politics here on Gucci Turban. At least we try to, because that's the amount of time before I go into the kitchen and grab a knife and stab my ears with it. It's just, I mean, this is the thing. He's learned that he could just say what it is.
Yeah.
And people will believe it. No one who follows this guy then goes to check against like CPI data. It's like, oh, what is CPI? Did it actually come down? No. And like the price of eggs is so funny because everyone notices that,
Yeah.
but no one's like, well, actually, it's not down.
Yeah, they voted him in because of egg prices, and egg prices just been steady going up. On some simple, there's like obviously all these factors that contribute to these things, but the simple-minded person that put him up there, they don't give a shit. Anyway,
I got mad eggs. I'm egg rich. Anybody needs some eggs, holla at your boy. Hard boiled eggs, all kinds of eggs. I got all that.
They're not may not be chicken eggs.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't specify. Times is tough.
They're not all round.
So I did this. I did that Roy Wood Jr. show on Friday night. Recorded on Friday. Came out yesterday.
Shout to Roy Wood.
Roy Wood Jr., one of the funniest comics on the planet. Have I got news for you on CNN? And one of the games is like you got to fill in the blanks on like a headline.
Yeah.
And well, the headline was border officials are seizing more illegal blank than fentanyl at the U.S.-Canadian border. What do you think it was?
Well, I know what it was, but
Well, the answer is eggs.
eggs, yeah.
They're seizing more illegal eggs. What the F are illegal eggs?
Iguana eggs.
This it's just wild to think there's some baron of eggs, some egg like
From Mexico, yeah.
There's some guy sitting on a whole farm of chickens, stroking his beard like, yes. Huevos. Muchos huevos. I love it, dude. I hope to be that guy. I hope Marcelo plays him on SNL at some point.
The egg baron.
The egg baron, dude. Cuantos huevos. Anyway, shout out to Marcelo, future egg baron
And
on Saturday Night Live. And who?
No, just
What else happened? Tariffs.
Well, tariffs tanked the stock market. So
Well, so I got hedge fund friends, and I was talking to one of them, and he was just like, it's not necessarily the tariffs, because ultimately the companies will just pass those costs on to the consumer, and so they're okay. Long term, like the consumer's going to be very annoyed and messed with, and that'll definitely hurt companies in the long term. But in the short term, it's not necessarily the tariffs; it's the uncertainty about knowing what this clown is going to do. Like one day he puts the tariffs on, next day he puts the tariffs off, next day he does, next day he doesn't. Next, like he says one thing, it's like it's dealing with a bipolar idiot in the White House. He doesn't stand for anything except himself, so it's impossible to predict what he's going to do because it seems so easy to manipulate this guy.
I mean, the way he's doing this is dumb because like on a Monday he'll be like tariffs, and then at like 3:00 in the afternoon he's like no tariffs.
Right.
It's like Tuesday's like tariffs.
It's like in between the time he announces the tariffs and the time he retracts them, someone gets in his ear and is like, Donnie, actually, like, you put these 200% tariffs on European alcohol imports, we drink a lot here, and if the streets don't have alcohol, there's going to be a riot. So you better lift these tariffs. And they say, oh, that's a good point. Like if the European tariffs go into effect, like the 200% tariffs that they're going to put on alcohol imports, like, bro, there will be riots in the streets. You can't sustain American alcoholics on Bud Light. Like, it's not possible. And isn't Bud Light also owned by a European company?
Anheuser-Busch.
Anheuser-Busch? Or is it InBev?
InBev, yeah.
InBev, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's European, no? Maybe. Oh, no, okay.
No,
Who's
it's-
InBev then?
Maybe Heineken. Well, Heineken's European.
Yeah, but
InBev, INBEV.
INBEV, where is that company based? What do they own?
Brands.
Yeah.
Corona.
Oh, man.
Budweiser. Stella.
Oh, so they own Bud Light.
Oh, they do own Bud Light.
Yep.
But where's InBev based?
Well, everybody might switch to fentanyl. That's good.
I mean, shout out to fentanyl having a real moment, dude.
Can't have Coronas and Bud Lights anymore. Better go to the next best thing, pills. And
Belgium.
Yep, there you go.
Quarters.
Oh, so yeah, I guess like because Anheuser-Busch is based in the States, it's not technically importing their stuff. Mm-hmm. Who knows how it's going to work out?
yeah, it's like BMWs.
I'm just saying, I got eggs and I got all the cheap European boxed wine. If you need some boxed wine to lift your spirits, holla at your boy.
Oh yeah, they're putting tariffs on France for wine.
all
Trump's
the
just coming after everybody.
all the shits, dude.
Wild.
Oh, what a moron in chief. I mean, at this point, it's all about owning the libs, bro. Like you're getting.
He's
owned.
owning everybody now. Everybody owns any stocks is getting owned right now. Everybody's getting fucking got. So I don't know. Like it's funny to me, like how people who still support him are okay. They're like, oh, it'll turn around. I'm like, oh, you're okay with this now,
Right.
right?
It's not going to turn around.
It's not. But if it was Biden that did it for a day, if the stock market goes down, they're like, this guy's bad for the country and the economy.
Right.
And all the stock market did under Biden was go up. All it does under every Democrat is go up. Because all Democrats are just like, they're feeding
Shills for corporations.
and shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, let's just make it also clear that it's not like the Dems are innocent people.
no, they just chill for corporations. That's it.
Right. Shout out Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah. And Chuck Schumer, like that's all they do. And they themselves are a corporation because they like
Yeah, this tracks.
they promote within from like seniority instead of like talent. Like they won't let AOC ever be a senior Democrat because they know you got to wait your turn in line, just like a shitty old corporation, And so
What is this that we're looking at? For years,
stock
S&P
market since inauguration day.
Trump's moves are boosting stocks
Oh
overseas.
yeah, everybody's going over to the other more stable countries. Like people don't understand like the way finance works is that
Tell him why you mad, son.
monetary policy, like the government's policy, is like a chessboard. And then people that work in finance, these hedge funds and bankers, they're trying to make money based on what's on this chessboard. So like, that's just the game. I don't think any professional is going to tell you otherwise. And like, if you have political instability in the biggest economy in the world, shit's going to be fucked.
Yeah.
So that's it. And the people that voted for this don't understand any of it. Mm-hmm. They don't really also understand like how much Canada contributes and Mexico to like our economy
So
and
much.
our living, right? Mm-hmm. And they also think,
Gracias. And how do you say thank you in French? Merci beaucoup.
merci beaucoup.
And thank you. That's how you say it in Canadian. Gotta put the ooh. Sorry.
And these poor Canadian people are getting got now, but they're also not drinking Jack Daniels because of the Kentucky tariffs and shit.
Oh man, those Kentucky people are gonna be
They're effed.
mad.
All that rural area, their entire economy of those distilleries. And I'm sure they all voted for Trump too.
100%.
So,
But
Good luck with that.
But at least the ice raids are happening.
yeah.
Speaking of ice raids,
It's fucking, this guy. I don't know, is that the guy? No.
I don't know who that is. Oh, isn't that the guy from Michigan? No.
That's the El Salvadorian young guy.
The president.
El Presidente.
El Presidente.
It's just what a fucking dumpster fire.
Mm-hmm.
I'm optimistic that the country recovers from this. It's just going to be a very long recovery. Let's talk about the Trump is now the head of the Kennedy Center. Right?
I didn't even know.
Yeah, no, he's now like the head of the Kennedy Center. And so now the chairman of the Kennedy Center. So now he heads like the programming and stuff. It's like everyone that's anywhere close to like a rational liberal person has canceled everything. One of the acts that they got coming up soon is the January 6th choir. Bro, we gotta get tickets, dude. We gotta go to that. We gotta go to watch a bunch of bearded fat dudes.
They're gonna have the shaman sing.
Look it up, dude. January 6th choir, Kennedy Center. We're getting tickets.
Why?
J6 prison choir is not a confirmed event, despite what Steve Bannon says. F that, it's a confirmed event, dude. Look at
J6
this.
prison choir.
Yeah, dude. We gotta go.
This was from February 20th. Still not confirmed.
We're going, dude. Whenever it happens, it's gonna happen, dude. Who else is performing there? No one. Shout out to the Kennedy Center. I performed there once or twice. One of my first headlining events right before COVID happened was at the Kennedy Center. Sarthak Singh, Sahib Singh, opened for me there. That's where I met him. Funny ass dude. If you don't know him,
Great Instagram, by the way. Sahib Singh.
yeah.
So he can't sing.
Yeah. Good, check him out. But we got to go to this. Whenever it happens, we're getting tickets. I'm
not gonna make it out alive, dude.
No. We'll go. We'll put on masks and we'll tell everyone we're Sebastian Maniscalco.
This is a sketch. Just get makeup artists.
Yeah. I want to hear what they sing.
I'm Tony Valentino from Long Island.
Yeah. Yeah, the Jews, right?
Yeah.
That's all you got to say. Anyway, that concludes our politics section. We'll be buying tickets to the J6 Choir presented by Donald Trump at the Kennedy Center, showing up soon, I'm sure, because no one else is going to be programmed there. Cash Patel. Oh, this is what I forgot. Hold on one second. I got to show you something.
I feel like he's gonna go grab a gun right now.
Yeah.
Like a gold-plated gun. Like, check out this fucking gun I got.
I have purchased
Mike.
Cash Patel's. I have purchased Cash Patel's children's book.
What?
The Plot Against the King, written by Cash Patel, art by Laura Vincent. It is the story of how the Hillary and her whole move, the Democratic Party, plotted against Donald Trump to steal the election.
And he's the wizard in the
And
story?
he wrote this book, yes.
He himself is a character as a wizard.
Yes. We'll dive into it real quick, okay? And this is probably this is going to be the most soothing reading of his book, because if you heard Cash Patel talk, it is a cheese grater on the eardrums. I'm sorry for giving Cash Patel money, but it was worth this moment. Once upon a time, in the land of the free, there lived a wizard called Cash, the Distinguished Discoverer.
Oh, time out. So in this guy's wildest fantasy, he's not the king.
No.
He's a wizard.
Yes.
Okay.
Cash was known far and wide as the one person who could discover anything about anything. He found the holy grape deep in the enchanted forest, and he discovered who had stolen the sleeping princess. He is performing fellatio on these grapes. If you're looking right there, he's about to mouth them, and they look like Donald Trump's balls. Nice orangey balls.
What is the significance of grapes to conservatives? I don't know what. This is the weirdest thing an Indian guy's ever done.
I don't. It's the place. I don't understand the leap, but of course, his princess is white. Shout out to the white women stealing Indian dues. The heralds who spread important news across the land with their herald trumpets had sung of Cash's fame ever since he figured out that the Russianians were cheating in the jousting tournaments. Let's just sidebar. I'm not gonna read this whole thing because it is way too goddamn
That's
long.
way too long for a
a
children's
kid's book.
book.
Yeah, dude, this is for adults. Ages children ages 3 and up. Okay, Cash. He mentions the Russians.
Got a hammer and sickle on there.
Oh yeah, no, he's wilding out, bro. He's wilding out. He briefly mentions the Russians helping steal the election, and he discovered them cheating in the jousting tournaments. I had a joke about this forever ago. I don't know how people claim that the Russians don't interfere in the elections and don't steal anything or aren't like meddling in our affairs. They cheated at curling. You know, that's they gave those janitors steroids so they could win.
Were in that Icarus movie too. The fucking curling people.
They cheat at curling, bro. They don't cheat at anything else. Are you serious? Anyway, Cash Patel, F your book. I'm sorry I bought it, but I'm going to finish reading it and I will be insulting it on stage. It's definitely not a children's book. And, you know, if you're going to write a book, at least use your real name, Kashyap. Kashyap Pramod Vinod Patel. I performed in Long Island 2 weeks ago, by the way.
Did you run into any of his family members?
I'm sure there were some, but when I said his name, they booed. They do not like the guy. They're not fans of the guy. But what struck me most odd about performing in Long Island, and Mookie had this observation, is running into Long Island Indians, like people who are like from Long Island, but they're Indian. Like you can't take the Long Island out of the person. Like, you know, the guys with the hair up and like, it's so funny. Yeah, I'm surprised you escaped unscathed, but it's just insane.
Well, I was lucky that I grew up in Queens. Otherwise, I would have been locked in. I would have been locked in forever.
You had that shield.
I had the shield of perspective. Which you don't get on Long Island. Long Island's an interesting place. Bill Burr said the best thing about Long Island.
What did he say?
There are only two types of people on Long Island. You're either like a Freemason or you're the dumbest motherfucker alive. And there's no in between. And I'm like, yeah, that accurately describes Long Island.
It was a good time. Thank you, Paramount Theater, for having me and selling the place out. Rowdy group. They were very Long Island. Like drunk, yelling at stuff.
Yeah, heckling. I'm sure.
I checked my reviews on Ticketmaster afterwards.
Yeah.
To see like how people perceived it. Only 2 reviews. One was 3 stars. They said it was nothing about me. It was like, did people forget how to behave?
Rowdy.
Yeah, people were wilding out. And the other one was 2 stars, and it just said too short. I've been to comedy shows before. It was too short. I was like, first of all, I did 50 minutes, and second of all, being up there and like you could tell when a crowd is like hit the drunk part.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah. Even like 10 minutes in, I'm like, please don't be this Long Island. You're being very Long Island right now. Like they were like yelling stuff out and drunk, and then they got quiet, and then some guy was like stage left, like from the moment Reggie got on, he opened. He was just like, sometimes you get to a crowd and it's like 7:30, and they're already trashed. Like
there's a bunch of Daisy people too. It's just so funny.
Just hammered. No, it was a very diverse group, but like up front there was I think he might have been Latin, white guy. Just like after everyone was done laughing, he would laugh. And the laugh was like, yo.
He like just got it. He's like, every time he's like, what?
I was like,
he was high. I don't know if he was drunk.
I was like, no, he was trash, but he might have been also high. I was like, bro, like you can't remove that guy because he's just having a good time.
Yeah.
But you can just tell him to shut up, and he did for a little bit. But, you know, Long Islanders don't have a very long attention span.
Yeah.
So
you had the other. You had a little bit of both.
So he forgot that we told him to shut up about 20 minutes in, and then started up again. I was like, bro, I got to get the hell out of here. But shout out to Paramount Theater. Beautiful venue. Staff was incredible. Food was very good. Drinks were very strong. Quick trip back to New York. But very Long Island. Very Long Island Indian. And, yeah, what a time. What a time. What else do we want to talk about? The politics section is over. Thank God.
I mean, we could talk about...
Oh, no, we got to talk about Mahmoud Khalil.
Yeah,
real
we got
quick.
to talk about these Colombia protests, which we we have a history of Colombia, but your history of Colombia is more storied because you told a joke and they threw you out.
Right. Which, you know,
which made the New York Times.
Made the New York Times, made the New York Post. It was 7 years ago. So I don't like.
Carlson?
What's that?
Tucker
Carlson.
Tucker Carlson.
Wanted to interview
You're on
me.
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan because of it. This was back before. Well, I mean, this was when Joe was starting his right wing turn. I think he might have always been a little right wing, but he'd hoped for me to take the bait and become
like, yeah, they're canceling us, man.
Right? Yeah, that kind of shill. Which I think that's the tie in real well. That ties in real well. The cancel part of it, because I didn't get canceled. It was never a cancel culture thing. It was nothing about cancel culture. It was just a bunch of young 20-year-olds who were trying to do something that they thought was right. I revisited some of the stuff that some of the people wrote. This one student, Isabel Lee, wrote like he deserved to have his mic cut. He was brought to reinforce the meaning of Asian American alliance, but he was actually just mean and rude. And I was like, first of all,
would you just tell jokes, or did you go and like slap a drink out of someone's hand before you went up stage? First
of all, I got hired because I was the first Indian to write at SNL, and they literally said that and I was like, yeah, cool. I'm happy to do it. You would assume that anyone that hires you does a little bit of research on who they're hiring before they hire you, beyond like, oh, he's just like an Indian guy that wrote at SNL. Because if they'd seen me at the Cellar at any point between May or April when they hired me and November when I went up, they would have seen that I was not necessarily the guy. I was like, being Indian is great and F all the whites. You know, that was never been my act. It's never.
Well, that's nobody's act.
No, but some people are like they will live up the tropes of being Indian or what have you. And I've definitely done jokes reinforcing being Indian, but it's always been from like a slightly self-deprecating angle or from a irreverent angle, not necessarily like whatever this lady wrote saying he was supposed to reinforce the.
What does it even fucking mean?
I don't know. Anyway, long story short, they were trying to make me this martyr of cancel culture when really, like, first of all, I didn't get canceled. I got paid for the event. My career is thriving. Everything is going great. Nothing happened to me. It was right around the time Jamal Khashoggi also got murdered.
Yeah.
That's cancel culture.
Yeah.
That guy
when
got
you get
killed.
Chopped to pieces? Yeah, I think so.
And now,
some shit?
Fast forward to this moment in history when the free speech president, the free speech proponent and MAGA right wing, everyone's like, oh, free speech. You can't have college protests because they don't align with what you want them to be.
Yeah, they just picked out an easy target with this guy too. Like he didn't commit any crimes.
Mahmoud
Khalil.
Mahmoud Khalil.
This guy's born in a refugee camp.
Green
and he made
card.
his way all the way to being a master's student at Columbia.
Grad student at Columbia.
Inspirational. Mm-hmm. There's the whole reason these red state people are angry is because you can't do that shit. So let's be real.
Right.
And he was able to do it. Mm-hmm. And just because he spoke up for his people and for what's right. Mm-hmm. And
because
loosely, I guess, semi-loosely, I mean, he didn't commit any crimes. He wasn't breaking any windows or doing any shit.
Nope. They're making it a crime to protest against Israel, which is just a wild.
Yeah, it's not America, guys.
It's un-American, entirely un-American, and it's probably in no small part because the head of the school that he's part of is ex-IDF, right?
Yeah,
I hate getting conspiracy theory, but that's a direct line. That's not. You got to connect 17 dots. And they pulled $400 million from Colombia for like their behavior during the protests, which is extortion at this point. It's completely un-American.
I mean, all these
that's real cancel culture. This guy got disappeared for like 2 days. Like,
yeah, he's in a fucking jail cell now
in Louisiana, federal jail. American.
Did you see the video?
No.
Of the arrest. It's you want to watch it?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're going to be under arrest. So turn around.
Okay,
Stop
let's
resisting.
not.
Stop resisting.
Okay, he's not resisting. He's giving me his phone. Okay, he's not. I understand. He's not resisting.
Put your arm around.
There's no use for this.
Don't worry about it. You're going to have to come with us. Don't worry about it.
I'm coming with you. Don't worry.
No one's resisting. No one's getting worked up.
It's
is
funny when you get
ridiculous.
arrested,
You
you
guys
always
really
have to
don't
tell
need to
them
do
that
all that.
I'm not getting worked up as you're like silently complying.
They'll send fake.
Fucking cops.
Call Amy. She'll be.
Okay. Hi, Amy. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like handcuffed him and took him. I don't know what to do.
I don't know what cops ever want when like.
And this is ICE, bro. It's not. It's ICE, right? Not cops.
Yeah.
And they disappeared him for like 2-3 days. This is happening in America,
I
dude.
don't know.
It's terrifying. How is this America?
Nor.
Absolute insanity. And I don't see any actors
me
or
ask.
even stand-up comedians standing up
Can
for
we
this
get a
guy,
name, please, can we
even
get
with
your
their
name?
Daisy
I
wives,
understand the lawyer's asking for your name.
telling them how important it is. Like,
The
shut
lawyer's
the.
asking for
Anyway,
your name.
Yeah, I'm
He's
wondering
saying
where
that-
all the
he's
right wing
saying they
people,
don't
the
give their
January
names.
6 people who
Yeah.
love that, like, where are you guys now?
right?
All he did was protest.
I'm sorry,
Right.
can you
They
repeat
won't
that?
even talk to the lawyer on the phone or his wife.
She said they're taking him to 26 Federal Plaza.
It's because they're the feds, the alphabet boys. They're
Right.
not cops.
Right.
Can you please specify what agency is taking
Trying to
him,
ask him all
please?
these questions.
Excuse me. They're not talking to me. I don't know.
Insane. Absolutely insane. This is America.
Oh,
Thanks,
excuse
Donnie.
me.
Thanks to
The
all you
lawyer
right-wing
would like to
idiots.
speak to somebody. Oh my
This
God,
is
they're
insane.
really
This is
trying to work
infuriating.
with me.
This is infuriating.
I feel
I'm
bad for
lit-
this woman.
lit.
She's feeling so helpless.
That's his wife, right?
Yeah, that's his wife.
That's his
wife?
8 months.
8 months pregnant.
She's 8 months pregnant?
American citizen.
Yep.
Absolutely insanity. Absolute insanity.
Yeah, where are you free speech people on this?
Quiet because it's the speech that they don't agree with. That's what it is.
It's fucking infuriating.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely nuts. Free Mahmoud wherever he is, man. This is crazy. And shout out to all the cancel culture pods that are very quiet on this. You know who you are. You guys are doing great work talking about this. Shout out to you guys. Really impressive stuff covering this.
The free speech.
Yeah, the free speech pods. Really love you guys. Shout out to all of you. Anyway, free Mahmoud.
Free Mahmoud.
I don't know if Colombia had anything to do with this, but probably. So
Probably.
F Colombia.
No, So I read somewhere. I think it was in this. I saved this post where he emailed Colombia a couple days ago.
They probably snitched on him, right?
Saying that, yeah, here, I urgently need legal support and I urge you to intervene. Like, this is his email that
Yeah,
he
that
wrote.
the dean of the school is probably just like, that's what happens, and calling him
Yeah.
Netanyahu like, we got one. This is like the message that, like they always arrest one to
Yeah.
be like, this is
Yeah, sending a message. We'll take your card away from you.
Yeah, they
we'll
tore
use
up
some
his green
esoteric law.
Yeah.
Right.
To,
Mahmoud was concerned about his safety that he emailed Columbia University on March 7th. And in his email, he begged the university for legal support. I haven't been able to sleep.
Man,
fearing
F
that
Columbia University.
So, and nobody replied. Nobody ever responded to his email.
I'm so glad I didn't go there now.
Yes, man.
It was literally the next
I'd
day.
be ashamed,
Yeah.
bro. I'd be ashamed.
Yeah, I don't know if you, unless you're, I don't know how you could be wearing a Columbia University hat or a Columbia University backpack or anything. I've seen some of these people around. I'm like, bro, like, what a disgusting
You know why? It's
place.
because you still get a good job coming out of there working for the man. You know?
Yep.
Let's not pretend like all of these, like where the man gets his people is from Ivy League schools.
This is the statement by his wife.
This guy lived the American dream.
Yeah. This guy's a refugee.
This is the statement by his wife. I was born and raised in the Midwest. My parents came here from Syria, carrying their stories of oppression regime. They're made their life unbelievable. They believe living in the U.S. would be bringing a sense of safety and stability. But here I am 40 years after my parents immigrated here, just weeks before I'm due to give birth to our first child, and I feel more unsafe and unstable than I have ever in my entire life.
Yes, man. Like my family fled a genocide, and there's a lot of political activism that preceded that, right? And if you talk shit about the government in those countries, you have to be on the run. Like if you're doing even a light protest, because honestly, what I would consider this guy is very light protesting at a rich kid's school. That's what he did, and
it was, the problem was it was
and it's
protesting.
fucked up that in America that he would have to go into hiding. This guy would have to go into hiding then for this to not happen.
But he's not even protesting the own government.
No, he's protesting another government
In the country where First Amendment says that you can say what you please.
Where all you Michigan people have voted for Jill Stein? Where are you right now? You sitting down?
Don't get me started on them.
You having a good time?
Shout out to the Khalil family. Hope I wonder if we could help in any way.
Yeah, is there like a legal fund?
Mm-hmm.
There might be. We can look into it.
We'll look into it.
I mean, it's they ripped his green card up. It's insane. Absolutely insane.
Is that legal?
No,
None of this shit is legal, man.
This is legal, dude.
None of this shit is legal. It's just they're using weird.
They're gonna make the laws after.
They're using weird like clauses and weird things like in a Homeland Security Act that were like Marco Rubio had to be the guy to like declare what he might be dangerous. It's the same shit they did to like civil rights leaders who are Americans, by the way, and they just fucking messed with them.
Right.
There are a bunch they killed, obviously, but then they were like, they messed with a lot of people. Those stories that you don't hear. You know what I mean? That like just kind of live in the black community. This shit's been going on forever.
I mean, this was also interesting. Fucking director of ICE saying
Free speech has limitations. Absolutely insane.
Free speech has limitations.
it's insane.
All right, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's all like a grift. That's what like it's always been. So,
F Columbia.
that's why you can't debate these people because they're like, oh, you believe in free speech? Yeah, but what about this guy? Whoa. And so it's nobody ever, everybody's half-assing. Everybody's a half-ass crook on the fucking right.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm sure I'm on the left too, but it's just the right's in power right now.
No, the problem with
it's
being,
just
if you're hard
disgusting.
body on the left, you're like a nice, like you're trying to use academics and knowledge and shit, right? You're trying to like educate people on like, well, this is what being civic is. And like that shit, it just doesn't play. That's the problem. Like if you're an educated person, like you're trying to explain to a right-wing person why Mahmoud should not be like why protesting is important. Then you got to go into the Gaza conflict. Then you got to go into like habeas corpus and due process. These motherfuckers were asleep when you opened your mouth. There's no way. Well, he's a terrorist, right? That's it. So what's the point?
Sorry, I missed half of what you said.
Exactly.
I was just thinking about texting a friend who we were talking about earlier.
Who?
And be like, where are you at now, Mr. Free Speech?
Oh, free speech guy? Oh, no, you're choosing violence in your mind.
Yeah, I am. But I'm not going to. That's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, on a positive note, one function, some brown people are winning. Deli Boys on Hulu. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's a show featuring our boy Asif Sagar Saik. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. And then
Jake?
And then Purna. I don't really know.
We're doing bad jobs of pronouncing our people's names, but we love you.
That's not him.
That's not him. That's
not
different
him.
Sagar.
It's like
That's your friend Soccer.
Yeah. Sagar Sheikh and Purna. Raj. I can't even pronounce her. I couldn't pronounce her last name.
edit in
I
the
don't even
name.
know it. Yeah. Purna. Yeah, her.
What's her last name? Purna
Jagannathan.
Yeah. Shout out to all of them, man. I mean, show is fantastic. It's an imperfect show, but as a representation of brown people doing wild shit, I love it. I like seeing brown people not fit the mold. And everyone's like, what's it about? Like, and because it starts as a show that you think is going to be about two brown boys running their father's business, which still needs to exist, by the way, but turns into a hard turn crime comedy, which I'm all for. And I think the writer's name is Abdullah.
Yeah.
What's his name? I don't know his last name, but Abdullah is another brown guy that wrote it. big ups to you, bro. Congrats. Watch the show. I went to their launch with Kolkata Chai.
They closed down the block.
They closed down the block.
You left early.
I left super early. Yeah,
It was packed?
It was packed. It was insane. It was packed. It went till like pretty much like 8:30. 9 started at like 4. Then the whole block was pretty much just shut down.
Wow.
But
Yeah, I mean, like, it's good that like there's something means, because if you ask me what Deli Boys is about, someone else, I bet it's about two rich kids who inherit their dad's empire, find out their dad was a criminal.
right. That's what it's about.
That's what it's about. And it's cool that like finally there's like, you know, it's a different flavor to the whole, you know, mainstream media thing.
Right.
Where like they're actually, Hulu's putting money behind the show. You know what I mean? It's actually
Yeah.
like, and it's out there as a show and not like, hey, Indian people, you want to watch a show just about you,
Abdul
or
Saeed.
Pakistani people,
Yeah,
or
that's his
whatever.
name.
that's
Yep.
the writer, creator, Abdul Saeed.
Yep.
No, totally. It's sick. I finished it.
Is that the Vice guy, Abdullah Saeed?
Yeah.
He's the guy who used to smoke weed on Vice.
Yep.
Good for him.
Exactly. That's what I recently learned of him, but that's what somebody told me. He
Yeah,
used to be
yeah.
the weed guy on Vice.
He was the Vice weed guy.
Yeah.
Coming up in the world, making the show.
I got the what's it called? An asked to audition for the show.
Yeah.
Like they sent me the sides and stuff, and immediately I was like, "No, this is gonna go to Asif," and it went to Asif.
No, he killed it.
Yeah,
He's a good actor.
Asif is the shit, and Sagar is fantastic too.
He's a good actor.
They both.
Let me
do
see. I think it was like the golf scene. Let me see. 1 second. I'll pull it up in my email.
They should write you in as the liquor store Indian guy across the street.
Man,
season 2.
that would be the dream.
Season
dude.
2, but you're in a feud.
Yeah, they got to bring the Patel in.
See, there's an idea, Abdullah. You know, who's high right now, probably. I actually did remember watching one of those Vice, like it was like a Vice series on weed where they're putting weed into food. Bong Appetit, that's the name of it. This guy would just get ripped, man.
It was for the role of Raj, Sagar's character, which I think Sagar obviously nails. I don't think I would have gotten it anyway, but I knew that Mir was going to go to Asif.
Yeah,
There was no way it wasn't. And it's funny to hear them talk about it because they say basically the same. They're like, Sagar says to Asif and Asif says to Sagar, like, bro, because they would always run into each other at the audition for like the same part, you know? So it's awesome to see them both get, you know, their shine. Shout out to both of them. I don't know Sagar, but props. He's killing that role. And I can't even say that I would have been just as good.
I feel like acting and
he
is a
nails it.
different whole thing. You know, sometimes when you have comedy, like people know you for comedy, it's like it just takes a long time to be like think about like all these comedians who like jumped over. It takes a long
Asif
time.
Asif is
Like an actor.
the bona fide stand up too though.
Yeah,
is
no,
he?
He's very good.
His stand-up's great too.
Yeah.
seen
Is
his
that Anupam? That's not Anupam Kher. That's what's his name?
This guy?
Yeah.
He's
He's in a lot of stuff.
No, he's mad Indian stuff too.
He
And
was-
the guy in the middle is
the dad.
but wasn't he in Seinfeld?
yeah,
He was, yeah.
he was.
He's a Pakistani restaurant owner.
Yep.
Does he not have an Instagram?
Probably not.
Probably
His
not.
old uncle. Come on.
I don't know, man. This guy or this guy?
Both of them.
Both
the guy
of
on the
them.
left, he's a recurring character. But anyway, watch the show. It's on
Brian
Hulu.
George is.
Brian George. And who's the other guy?
Other guy would be old uncle dad. Where's the cast? Iqbal Teba.
Oh, Deba.
Iqbal Teba. What else?
Born and raised where? Oklahoma? Did I just see that shit?
Yeah.
Oh, college. He
Like, we went
came
to
to
university.
USC.
No, in
University of Oklahoma.
Karachi in Pakistan.
Chief civil engineering.
Nice.
What a stud, dude.
He's just an uncle who went to act. He's a good actor.
Yeah, he's
He
great.
was on some episodes of Friends.
Yeah.
Joey's doctor.
Hopefully he's getting that good syndication money.
Hopefully,
Oh, definitely.
dude. Hopefully he's working, dude.
No, he is. He's killing it. That's Baba.
Good,
on Deli
good.
Boys.
Watch the show. Get the Kolkata chai.
It was sick.
That concludes our non-Patreon version of the show. Of this Gucci Turban podcast. We'll now switch over to Patreon.
Remember to like and subscribe, rate and review if you're on audio.
Yeah, leave some comments, even if they're hateful.
We're actually don't do that. We're gonna pilot some ASMR stuff for the audio people because we're really trying to grow that audience. You know, so maybe some Quiet Storm, and while you're taking a shit right now and listen to Gucci Turban, remember to rate and review.
That's ASMR.
Yeah,
it sounded like it was pretty good actually.
Yeah, that sounded well. That sounded good.
Like you got to get into the bass of your voice.
Oh, it's got to tremble. All I have is bass. All I have is bass. Thank you for listening to Gucci Turban.
Thank you.
This has been Nimesh Patel, and of course, Mr. Gucci himself. We'll now switch over to the Patreon, where we'll continue our vicious onslaught of the country and empire that is Israel. Thank you for joining us.
Goodbye.